Some people smile every day without anyone realizing how much they've been through. And sometimes the strongest people don't look strong at all. They simply carry scars that nobody can see, battles they never talk about, pain they never explain. Yet somehow they keep moving forward. If these 5 signs sound familiar, there's a good chance you've survived more than most people realize. Number 1, you stay calm in situations that once overwhelmed you. One hidden sign you've survived difficult battles is this: you no longer react the way you used to. Psychologists often call this emotional resilience. When someone experiences repeated stress, disappointment, or emotional pain, the mind slowly adapts. Before, even small problems could throw off your entire day. Now you pause, you think, you stay composed, not because life suddenly became easier, but because you've already faced situations that were far more difficult. People may assume you don't care, but the truth is, you've simply learned that not every problem deserves your attention. Not every disagreement deserves your energy, and not every challenge deserves your fear. Sometimes surviving hard experiences changes the way your mind responds to pressure. You stop panicking because deep down, you know something important. You've survived difficult moments before, and if you made it through those moments, you can make it through this one too. Number 2, you became comfortable being alone. Another hidden sign is learning how to enjoy your own company. Psychologists say people who experience emotional hardship often become more emotionally independent, not because they dislike people, but because they've learned how painful disappointment can be. You stopped relying on constant validation. You stopped chasing people who didn't truly value you. And little by little, being alone started feeling peaceful instead of lonely. That doesn't mean you never feel isolated. Everyone does sometimes. It simply means you've discovered something powerful. Peace is often better than forced connection. Some of your biggest healing moments happened when nobody was around. Nobody applauded you. Nobody noticed your progress. Yet you kept rebuilding yourself anyway. And people who survive difficult seasons often become experts at standing on their own. Number 3, you notice people's intentions much faster. One thing hardship teaches people is awareness. After being hurt enough times, you start paying attention to details you once ignored. The tone of someone's voice, the consistency of their actions, the energy behind their words, the way they behave when they need something from you. Psychologists sometimes refer to this as heightened emotional awareness. People who have experienced emotional pain often become more observant because their minds learn to protect them from future hurt. You become harder to manipulate, harder to deceive, harder to take advantage of. And sometimes you can sense a person's true intentions long before everyone else notices them. That doesn't make you negative. It makes you experienced. Because once you've dealt with betrayal, disrespect, or disappointment, your mind naturally becomes better at spotting warning signs, the signs you may have ignored in the past. Number 4, you rarely open up completely. A hidden sign of surviving emotional battles is becoming more guarded. You may laugh with people, you may enjoy conversations, you may seem completely fine on the surface, but there are parts of your story that very few people know. Psychologists explain that emotional pain often causes people to become more protective of themselves, not because they want attention, but because vulnerability once came with consequences. So now you're more careful. You don't share everything with everyone. You think before trusting, and sometimes you carry difficult emotions alone because that's what you become used to doing. People may describe you as distant or hard to read, but what they don't understand is this: some people become quieter because life taught them that not everyone handles your pain with care. And after enough emotional battles, you become selective about who gets access to the real you. Number 5, you appreciate peaceful moments more than most people. The final hidden sign is something many people overlook. You value peace, a quiet morning, a genuine conversation, a calm evening without drama, a moment where your mind finally feels safe. People who haven't experienced much hardship often spend their lives chasing excitement, but people who've survived difficult seasons understand the value of calmness. Psychology shows that after long periods of stress, the brain begins craving emotional safety and stability more than temporary excitement. That's why small moments mean more to you now, because after chaos, peace feels priceless. After emotional exhaustion, calmness feels like a gift. And after surviving battles nobody knew about, you stop taking simple happiness for granted. The truth is, surviving hard battles doesn't always make people louder. Sometimes it makes them quieter, more thoughtful, more observant, more emotionally strong in ways most people never notice. And if you related to these signs, there's a good chance you've already survived moments that could have broken you completely. Moments that tested your strength, moments that changed you forever. But somehow, you kept going, even when nobody knew how difficult it really was. And that's a kind of strength that deserves far more credit than most people will ever understand.